I'm fortunate my parents aren't taking care, but that's all going to obviously
Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air.
Like
Good!
Brian
The
James
game's
and
over,
stuff, so.
and the Bulls have won.
This is the Notebook Wagering Show on the Wild Style Network. Here are your hosts, Q, Smitty, and Matt.
Wednesday night Notebook Wagering. We are back. I'm Smitty. I got Justin in studio with me, and I'm going to go to the guy in Pittsburgh, man. Last week, very, very scary. This guy is still alive. He's still kicking. No tornado's going to take this guy down. Nails is back with us. What's going on, buddy?
We are back, buddy. It's good to be on. Although I'm not sure how I'm doing or feeling since my significant other today told me that I basically look like shit. She goes, "You look stressed and awful." I'm like, "Hey, thanks. That's a great vote of confidence." So I'm back, but I'm not sure how much I'm back.
Okay, well, you got to tell her. Now you're going to let some of that stress go because we're going to have fun for an hour, and we're going to talk a little gambling. We're going to talk a little sports. We're going to have fun at that, man. So good to have you. I'm glad you were safe. That was a scary situation last week doing the show.
Yeah,
So
I can check that off my bingo card. Survive a tornado, and literally by survive, I mean they're not 100% sure, but literally it was out my back door by 100 to 200 feet.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, well, we're glad you're back, and we're glad you're safe. Justin, how you doing, my friend?
Doing good, man. Had a busy week at work this week, but I'm doing good.
Good. Glad to have you back in the studio, man. Let's have some fun tonight. We're going to talk. We're going to give you out some bets. We're gonna try to rank at the end the AFC East, and we're gonna talk about the Nathan's hot dog eating contest tomorrow. I'm so pumped for this. When you're studying hot dog eating contest information, man, what a time to be alive. I'm so fired up for this. So, okay, let's get into this really quick. We're gonna start with NBA tonight. So I got a couple stories, a couple wild ones here, and a couple free agent things that we're gonna talk about. But the first one is last week, before Matt had to scramble, save his life and his girl and the cats and whatever's going on in Pittsburgh. Bronny James got drafted 55th overall. Well, the funny thing was his agent was coming out and telling people not to draft him or he was going to Australia, which Jason that used to do the show had a good text today and said, "Man, I wish somebody would have done that." And I do too. I wish somebody would have done that and try to play a little chess than checkers with the LeBron James, because I'm not a big James guy. But it came out today. He signed a four-year deal, $7.9 million with the 55th pick. Last year, the guy was a two-way player and signed, I think, for $650,000. So, Matt, I'll start with you. Are you just, this is ridiculous, isn't it? Overall, with the deal?
I'm going to go back to the point you made about Jason, and somebody should have drafted him or acted like they were going to and be like, "Hey, you better come up and make us an offer because why not put him on your roster? Maybe you can get something in return." Or like you're not holding him ransom, but he only worked out for, I believe, Phoenix and the Lakers. So it's one of them who's going to take him. So something had to be in play. His dad is basically the best GM and agent for Bronny. However, as a GM, he didn't make the team any better. The Lakers are still going to be mediocre again. I'm not a LeBron James guy either. So frankly, I don't care. I can't wait for somebody like Damian Lillard. So, okay, Bronny, you're in the starting five. You got to guard Damian Lillard and just watch Lillard drop 40 on him in like 2 quarters. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's really working out for the Lakers. So I wish nothing but misery on the Lakers.
All right, so Justin, going to you. What's your overall thought on? Do you think he should have been drafted overall? And again, this contract's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot for a contract, especially when he didn't play much college. I think it's a lot for him. It's cool to see the father-son duo, but I think he should have did another year in college and progressed. But LeBron's going to get what he wants. So.
Yeah. Well, that's true. LeBron's going to get what he wants. But I think it's funny. Jason came with another one between a text, and Tony Carr was a Penn State player, I think in 2018. And he was 51, and Jason said he didn't get a contract for about a year at that spot. So I think it's laughable. And we said this too, Matt, last week. We said about the whole carnival show. You know, JJ did the press conference, was, dropping the F-bomb left and right. And I was joking last week about Richard Pryor, and I said it was like a skit, Richard Pryor and everything. And LeBron then came out and said that he was going to take less money and he wanted other people to come there. Well, right now, no one's going there. Yeah. Klay Thompson was the one that it seemed like everybody thought he was going to go there because his dad played there. His dad does TV and everything. Well, Klay was smart. Klay doesn't want to go to that sideshow. I mean, this is a sideshow, what's going on. And I said to my dad earlier today, you don't think some of these players are going, seriously, his kid just got 4 years, $7.9 million for what? Like, Justin just said, this kid played 1 year. Now, listen, he had a heart attack. Great the kid's playing. I'm glad he's healthy. And it is cool that he's playing with his dad. But he averaged 4 points last year coming off the bench for USC, and he got 7.9. You don't think there's players that are pissed? Matt, are there's guys that you think on that team that's like, man, this is going to be a joke?
Yeah. And the joke is, I'm looking at it right now. LeBron and Anthony Davis make up 66% of their salary cap. They can't afford to bring anybody in. So it's literally going to be the same team with Bronny James, unless they have some cap expert who can figure out how to get some guys in there. They have Jared Vanderbilt on their roster for $10 million. I don't even know who Jared Vanderbilt is. I mean, dudes like Christian Wood, who's actually a pretty decent player, going to make less than Bronny James. So these guys are not going to take it well. And then when they start losing, we saw that meme. It's what's his name? JJ Redick drawing up plays, and the play is Bronny just to the bench. That's what's going to happen. This team's I can't wait. I can't. And the West is loaded again, so I can't wait to watch them get beat on. Although the Clippers took a huge step back, so LA will own. The Lakers are going to own LA again at least. So, but yeah, I'm actually done talking about Bronny James and LeBron. They're
jokes. It's a sideshow. It's like we said last week. It's a carnival, man. It is a carnival, and it's just not gonna. And here's the thing too. We said last week a lot of people were taking him with the number 1 pick in the draft, and we said, what are these people doing? Now, listen, you can piss away money, whatever you want to at times. Now there's 33% of the bets, Matt and Justin, on him winning Rookie of the Year. I mean, does this guy have a chance to? He's not winning Rookie of the Year, is he? I mean, is he even going to play? In your opinion, is he going to see a lot of minutes?
I don't think so.
No, this guy's not.
Yeah.
I mean, Matty, is this just another stupid bet by people?
A ridiculous bet. Ridiculous. There's no chance he wins Rookie of the Year. Zero. There's going to be these guys who are drafted high up are going to start, and they're going to play 30 minutes a game. Even if they average, 14.6 rebounds, no way is Bronny going to average that. And then his dad coming back and saying, I'm going to take less money. Well, he just got paid $50 million for 2 years. That GM, I guess it's himself. So he's actually paying himself because that GM is a joke. So
he's the old one. He played at Michigan. He was on the Fab Five team, I believe, with those guys. Rob Pelinka. GM? Yeah, Pelinka. He was like a backup point guard. He was a chucker. He came in just fired up three. Yeah. So all right. So here's another story. Then we'll do a couple free agent, and then we'll move on here with this. The Kyle Filipowski. Have you guys heard this story? This is insane. So a lot of shows were talking about this, so I jotted this down. So Filipowski played at Duke, was a really good player at Duke. He got drafted in the second round by the Utah Jazz. Now, he kind of fell because I saw some mocks, they had him in the first round.
Yeah.
And so here's the whole story. He is 20 years old. His girlfriend is 28. Now, we just did this story a couple weeks ago with the Bill Belichick and his girlfriend situation, but this one gets better. Her name is Caitlin Hutchinson. She was the babysitter for the family. Now, she went to prom with him. Now, everything I'm reading, that I've seen some different stories. They say she's 26. I have her on a lot of stories. She's 28. So supposedly she went to prom with him when she was 26 and he was 18. Now, here's the whole problem. The family came out. The brother, Daniel, is not happy with the situation because he has said that she has groomed him and brainwashed him. And he does not speak to the family at all anymore. And he actually sent an email to the family and said that more or less, like, goodbye, I'm done with you. Now, she's a Mormon, and I'm not trying to start a holy war here with any religion here, so let's don't get going on that. But he went to Utah. I guess that's a good thing for her, if she's a Mormon and stuff, going out to Utah and stuff. I guess he didn't shoot well in tryouts, and he seemed very nervous in a lot of things. But the thing is, she was 20 when he was 12 as the babysitter. What a wild, wacky story. And I guess teams did bring this up on him. And again, he seemed very nervous. And again, whatever. I guess his mom's not very happy, but they said that she's groomed him and brainwashed him. What a story this is, Maddie. Have you followed this at all?
Very little. I heard that, I guess, like, their romance, I'm going to use it.
I like that.
I guess it started when he was 15, and I heard she was 22. So I don't know. I mean, isn't that like something? Isn't there some kind of red flag that goes up with a minor there?
Yeah.
Not sure. So who knows? I don't understand why his draft stock slipped, though. Who cares if the girlfriend?
Well, I did. Like I said, supposedly he did not shoot well. He did not work out well. And then with some of the interviews that he did, I guess this was brought up and he did not handle it very well and was very nervous with some of the stuff. And the best thing was the Junkies had this story on last Friday before I drove to Pennsylvania. They showed her with all the brothers. Like, he has like 4 brothers. And they were like, they're all big. And the one guy, EB, said, he goes, why in the world did they need a babysitter? If somebody was coming in the house, these brothers were just going to kick someone's butt. It didn't even matter to begin with. They didn't need a babysitter. But Justin, is this a big deal? Do you think, as a draftee coming in, and you ask him this, if you were a GM, would you be a little nervous with this situation?
No, I think they ask a lot of questions that don't really matter when it comes to playing sports and all that kind of stuff. But they're going to get in your personal life, so.
So you're like, who cares about the family?
Yeah.
Who cares about mom and dad, the brothers? Get rid of them and just play basketball.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what you're there for.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Can I bring up one more NBA thing?
Yeah.
And we talked about it on our text string. Yeah. So at least Filipowski got drafted at the beginning of round 2. But then there was another kid, Tyler Kolek from Marquette, who literally can't read.
That's been the rumor. That's been the rumor.
Yeah. Supposedly it's recorded that he has the all-time lowest Wonderlic score in NBA history, basically cannot read. But he got drafted, so I don't know. Is there really any red flags for these guys anymore? Like, they're there to play basketball. Just teach them to play basketball, and that's it. So I feel bad for kind of both of them, though. If Filipowski's disbanded himself from his family, that's always a little rough. I mean, Rodgers did that with his family.
Patrick Reed's another one that I think got married, and the wife made him. Yeah.
I mean, I hope Kolek can read, because he's probably going to need to potentially go over. I hope his agent's really good, because he's going to have to look at some paperwork. So
yeah, that's been the rumor in college and stuff. And I've been told by some people, like, they know some people and they're like, no, he's fine, he can read and everything like that. But then that came out that he didn't do very well with some of the tests or something they took. And yeah, I mean, hey, listen, bottom line, like you said, these guys just got to put the ball in the bucket, score some points, and we'll move on. Maddie, before we leave, and I'll ask both you here. So again, Celtics are more or less bringing back the whole team. Tatum got a ton of money, signed a big deal. Your Sixers, and you said this about 2 weeks ago about George coming. Are you happy with Paul George coming to Philadelphia?
I am. He's probably the perfect fit, but there's so many question marks to go with it because him and Embiid basically have missed, I believe, a season over the last 3 years. I think they've missed total like 80 games. They're almost on the same thing. So how are they going to keep both these guys healthy for a stretch run? Embiid always finds himself hurt when it comes to playoff time. I don't know if it's his conditioning. And Paul George, I don't know. He's not a picture of health either. He's 30 now, I believe. I don't like the max deals when these guys get to that age, but they have to do it. The NBA salaries have become so volatile. I mean, Tatum's getting paid $70 million. That is absolute bonkers what we got going on in the NBA. It reminds me of when the Yankees and Dodgers broke the banks in baseball. Now it seems like everybody in the NBA can do it, but some teams refuse to. Like Utah, they don't pay anybody. Some other teams still don't pay them. So Portland, just small market teams. I don't know if they just can't, but it's shaping up really crazy. I'm a little more disturbed about the Sixers draft pick. I like the kid from Duke. He's a really good shooter, except he's basically Maxey, but not a point guard. So are they going to have both those guys on the floor? That gives them a defensive liability. Both are short, I believe, 6'2". So and it's not like Paul George plays amazing D. So who knows? They got some work to do. I don't like the veterans they brought in, though. I'm not a big Eric Gordon fan. Drummond's okay for a backup, but he might have to play a lot if Embiid goes down. So they got some work to do, in my opinion.
All right, Ken, thanks for being in the chat, man. Bronny's going to get eaten alive. N6BACA1. I think that's new. That's a new person. Thanks for being here, man. They play defense in the NBA, question mark. Justin, are you a Paul George guy? I mean, do you think it's going to work with, again, Maddie said it, and that's Maddie's team here. I have my opinion about it. Guys, a lot of question marks that they're going to play. Can they play in the playoffs? That's a big thing. Are you happy with that move by the Sixers?
I think that was the best place he can go. I think they're going to play well off each other. I don't know much about the draft pick that he was talking about. Maybe he can run the second unit, but I do like the Andre Drummond pickup. He can play a lot of minutes Embiid's going to get hurt. He always does.
He always does. Yeah.
I thought that was a big pickup. But we'll see how they play.
Yeah. And hey, real quick, with the Lakers, back to the Lakers, I'm shocked. I gave out 3 plays last week. I went 1 and 2 on those plays, but man, that guy from Tennessee, I'm shocked. Everything in that day had him. I was ready to do a top 5 pick on the guy at a decent number because it just seemed like there was steam that Necht was going to go to top 5. And then he's dropped the whole way to the Lakers. Somebody on social media, I wish I wrote it down who said it. They were like, geez, did this guy murder somebody and we don't know about it?
You know where he would have fit well?
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a good player.
Jared McCain, perfect small forward. Bring in a scorer kind of guy who gives you immediate offense. Sure, they signed George, but that was after the fact. Son connect, and he's a guy who he's kind of like the 6th man off the bench, right in, score. This Jared McCain, good player. I don't think he moves any needle. I would have much rather had Dalton Connect.
Yeah, Connect that was fantastic. So, all right, let's move on here. WNBA really quick. We always give up a quick WNBA thing. 2-0. I pushed one last night. I have a play tonight. Goes off here in a little bit. I'll give it out here. I'm a little nervous now because I heard a couple people might be questionable, but do whatever. But hey, again, the Fever, we talked Caitlin Clark, we talked Angel Reese. They both made the All-Star team. I watched the game last night. I had the first half under, and I hit with the Aces. Hey, man, that Aces team, they've won it the last 2 years in a row. They're good. That Plum, that girl that was married to that NFL guy and they're getting divorced, she's tough, man. She had 34 6 assists, 5 rebounds last night. And they have Wilson, a tall girl. I think she went to South Carolina. She had 28. Clark had good numbers again, 13 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. She's going to get that triple-double. It's coming. It's close. Last 2 games have been really close. But can I say something? Can she just start shooting? she needs to start launching like Iowa, man. Just start firing. I think she's trying to overpass too much. Some of these girls can't catch. I mean, they can't catch a ball she throws, and they're kicking it out of bounds and everything like that. So, but Reese, I just want to bring this up, and then I'll get your guys' opinion on anything. I know Nails isn't a big guy with the WNBA, gets mad when I bring it up all the time. But Angel Reese here, so she's on this double-double. I think, Justin, 10 in a row, I believe.
Yeah.
So, and again, I've said this. I think she's a very good player. And I think that the Washington Mystics screwed up not drafting her where they did, because she's a DC girl. But somebody put this on social the other day. This was, they played Minnesota, and if this is correct, this was the box score, or play-by-play what's happened. 44 seconds left, Angel Reese misses drive and layup. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses 2-point shot. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses 2-point shot. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese makes a 2-point shot. Maddie, is she doing something fantastic here, or is it just she's a tall girl and she's just dominating the class?
Well, she's kind of doing something fantastic if nobody can stop her from getting a rebound. But, I mean, shoot better. Come on. You're within 3 feet. It's like she's actually trying to do the smash it off the rim, right back to you, rebound, put it back. Hey, good for her, because she's getting away with it. Keep up the double-doubles. She's up in her stock. People, I'm baffled, though. People actually have her ahead of Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year, and I'm like, give me a break. This is not even close, and you said it best. Clark just needs to shoot. I think she's kind of in the mentality, hey, I got to earn my stripes. Let me feed some of the vets and get them going, and then I'll shoot Asby. And they're in good position to potentially make the playoffs, so their win total is up. I mean, they were the worst team last year. They'll be fine. Even her coach told her to shoot. I think she's just trying to get in the good graces because she's taken so many lumps from everybody else. And her teammates seem to be coming around a little bit. I mean, they weren't even helping her up at one point. So maybe the hatred is going away.
All right, so I like what you just said there. Who's the better bet? Rookie? Okay, so people are actually thinking Reese is over Clark or Bronny James, Rookie of the Year. Justin, if somebody gave you $100, which one are you taking? You taking Reese, Rookie of the Year, or Bronny James, Rookie of the Year?
I would take Reese.
Reese. Maddie, what do you got?
Reese.
All right, Reese, there we go. So I do have a play tonight. I went over 171.5. It's at 8 o'clock here. We got Phoenix, Dallas. Now, I saw a little bit ago, Griner might not be playing. Listen, I'm not going to get political here. I'm not a big fan of hers, but somebody else might not be playing. So that scares me a little bit. They played June 7th. It was 97-90, but it was a double OT game. But a couple of people I really respect and really like with the WNBA, they like it, or they had the number really close to like 170. So I'm going to take a chance and take the over tonight, minus 110 over Phoenix and Dallas. So, hey, I want to, before we go Major League and keep going here, hey, Jeff, can you bring in, man?
Yes, sir.
So what's going on here, man? Can you go a little info with bet stamps coming in with everything here?
So we have a new affiliate sponsor, Bet Stamp, and basically what they do is they get it set up so that it makes it easy for you to sign up for sports books or DFS, whatever. So we have our own link page which can help us support this show. So anybody who's out there, basically what they do is they go to signupexpert.com/Wylde Style Network, WYLDE Style Network, and they can sign up for BetMGM. They've got all the major ones, and then also it's set so that it's by location, so that if you're in a state that doesn't allow sportsbook and only does DFS, then it only shows you the DFS availability. So there's some things, and then also some of the restrictions, like because they're based out of Canada, we can't target fans in Toronto or Ontario because Ontario has very strict rules. So like if we're giving out picks, we can't say like, hey, you guys going down to the game to see the Jays today, bet this, you know.
Yeah.
So we've got to be careful about some of that stuff. But basically, people can sign up. They can place some wagers, get on there, and it helps the show out. And if you're gambling anyways, then we're going to start doing some of your picks. We can put them up there. So hopefully they'll start listening to you, play some bets on these things, and making some money.
That's what it's all about.
But again, it's signupexpert.com/WildStyle Network. And then we'll probably do like a bet.getwild.com or something like that on our page.
Okay. Awesome. Great
Thanks.
info. Thank you so much. Signupexpert.com, WildStyle Network. And that's what it's about, man. Making money. Bet Stamp. Check that out. Let's make some money tonight. I got some plays, man. I'm going to give out some plays here. Good night in WNBA last night. Man, Major League was rough last night, man. I had a good Monday. Tuesday was not good. I got a couple plays, though, tonight. We're going to get into it here. So, all right, Major League tonight. There's a lot of late games, man. Every time we do Wednesday or we do Thursday, there's never games or anything with this. So, Maddie, I'll go to you. Are you on anything late tonight or ready to?
I'm actually on some stuff right now.
Okay, let's hear it.
So we were late getting the MLB. So I took the Cardinals money line plus
I'm
105.
I'm on the Pirates tonight.
Against your Pirates. So it's 2-1 Pirates. So we're both in it.
Yep.
I have Cincy money line to beat the Yankees again, plus 162. Great start for the Reds, up 2-0. And then I have Ryan Pepio, pitcher for the Rays, who I love. He's very under the radar. I watched him a few times this year. I wish the Rays are never going to trade him, but I would love to see a team like the Phillies or even the Pirates go get this young kid because he's really good. He averages almost 6 Ks a start. So I took him over 4.5 strikeouts tonight, minus 125 against the Royals. Those are my 3 plays for MLB so far.
Okay, so we're oppo on a couple things tonight. So I'm just going to get mine up. I'm on the Pirates minus 125 money line. I'm on the Rangers tonight against San Diego minus 140. I'm on the Mets already minus 150. The Nats can't beat the Mets.
No.
Simple as that, man. I mean, you being a Nats fan, what's going on there?
I don't know, man. They were getting close to 500, and now I think they're 7 games behind 500 now.
Yeah, the bullpen's been bad the last
They've been
couple.
terrible.
It's been close games, and then the bullpen just kind of gives up all kinds of.
I think they gave up 6 runs in the 9th or the 10th the other night to lose it.
2 nights in a row they've gone to extra inning because I had the team run over with the Nats the other night, and I'm glad it went to extras, and I hit that, but they lost, and so so with that, and then Maddie, I'm sorry, man, I'm going under. I'm on your under, and I got a good stat today from VSiN, and I want to give him a shout out. Kevin Rogers was on, and Kansas City's a very tough team to strike out. They're one of the best teams in the Major League not to strike out. Now, I'm going to give a stat that he gave today, but I just jumped on. It's usually against lefties. They're really tough, but I went under the 4.5 under with Pepio or whatever his name is tonight. I got plus 110. Somebody on social media that follows us wrote and said it was now down to minus 105. So he said, good job on the number. I got it real early in the morning. But here's the stat with Kansas City. Against lefties, this Kevin Rogers on VSiN this morning said this. The K props with these lefties, they're 0-15 on the over. And he said the next one, just give it a shout out here. They go to Colorado, and I think it's Freeland for Colorado pitches against them Friday night. So that is a lefty. So keep an eye on that. But I'm different on you on that. So one of us is going to be happy and one's going to be sad. The other ones I added, I'm on the Twins and the Brewers tonight. Moneyline parlay plus 152. I think the Twins are a very good team. Brewers tonight. I think they're going to score. Hudson has been really bad in June, has a 7-something ERA, especially at home, has not been good. So I matched them up. And then I did Astros. This is a big one, a little pizza money. Astros, Braves, Dodgers tonight, plus 309 money line parlay. Because Dodgers, Covers gave this today. Dodgers are 10-1 in Gavin Stone's last 11 starts, and they've covered the run line in the last 8. And
so,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say your Twins pick. I'm a Twins fan. That's a feisty team. They did lose, I believe, Royce Lewis again with I
Yes.
think a groin injury, but they called up their top prospect, Brooks Lee. So, I mean, they lose youth and they back it up with even more youth. So it's interesting. I like when these prospects come up. The Nats just called up James Wood.
Oh
We're
yeah.
starting to see some guys come up. So I'm a fan. I like when these prospects come up. You see how they do. Can they hack it or not? We saw Holiday couldn't quite hack it, but he's back and he'll be back up. Churio struggled. He's back up. I'm a fan. I like the summertime with these prospects. Keep firing them up.
All right, so another one this Kevin Rogers gave out. I just want to give to the audience here. Chris Sale's going tonight for the Braves, and Braves are up 1-0. He's 8-0 at home in the first 5. It was just a high number tonight. I looked to just play the first 5. It was extremely high, so I went. That's why I matched it. I don't like the Toronto pitcher. And I think the Dodgers will take care of business tonight. Montgomery was supposed to start for Arizona. He's not starting. I'm not sure who they're starting, but they have a bad bullpen. They give up a lot of runs. That was my one winner last night was team run over with the Dodgers. I thought that was pretty easy with that. So, reason why I went with the Twins, Detroit is 1-8 in their last 9 away games. So not doing well. Okay, I got a quick question to ask you, but I want to give this out. I sent this to the guys yesterday, and this was worst record. Somebody put this online. Worst record after an off day. White Sox are 1-11. Pirates are 3-10. Rockies are 3-9. Red Sox 3-9, and Toronto's 3-8. Now, that was going into yesterday, and some of those teams were coming off. Pirates lost again. Keller didn't pitch very well, but there you go. Just some info there. So, okay, so here's my question. Yankees, let's go with the Yankees. And I'll go to Justin first. This is a team that was really off to a hot start. They looked fantastic. They're really struggling right now. I think they're 3-7 in their last 10. What's going on? Should we be getting on a Baltimore to win that division ticket? Or, I mean, who's going to win this division? Justin, I'll start with you. Who do you think, in your opinion, is going to win this division?
I think Baltimore has a good chance. They're playing pretty well this year. Yankees are still a good team. I'd like to see them make some trades. For pitching, they do need pitching. But yeah, I mean, it's between those two teams that's going to win division. I mean, their batting is good though. I mean, Judge is, I think he's leading home runs, batting average, and
Soto's been good.
Yeah, Soto's been good. Judge's had a kind of a quiet year. We talked about that on another show. He's leading in every category right now.
Yeah. Okay, Matty, who do you like in that division? Who's going to come out of that?
I said it last week before Tornado Alley kicked in. I said I thought Baltimore was going to overtake them, and they have. Justin's right. The Yankees need to make a move, but to counteract that, Baltimore needs to make the move first to beat the Yankees. So the Yankees against their own division, I believe, are 10-11. That's one game under 500. Not good against the AL East. So Baltimore has an edge. Judge is back. I think the Yankees pitching is a little bit deceiving. Cole's going to get better as he goes on. I think that it's Lewis Gill, or they pronounce it Heel. I'm not sure.
I think it's, it looks, I think it is Heel. It should be Gill. You would think it's Gill. Yeah.
He's fantastic, but I think he's going to be one of these guys where, okay, now we got some tape on him. We have a little bit of back knowledge. Maybe we can get to him a little bit. And he's kind of in the Paul Skeens mode. He's never thrown a ton of innings, and he's actually on pace to throw like 150 innings, which he's never even gotten close to. And that could be killer for a kid like that. So Yankees are definitely going to have to go get an arm. I do want to pull up one stat, though, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, and it was kind of mind-boggling. I think it was Bryce Harper's MVP year of 2021. His stats for the whole year are identical to almost Aaron Judge's right now at a half of a year. I was like, wow. I mean, Judge has a chance to truly do something special this year. I'd love to see him push Bonds' home run total, and I think he's going to because he has the Soto protection. His RBI numbers, man, if he could get up to 150, 160, that's amazing. And he's Triple Crown worthy. He's leading the league. He's leading actually all of baseball in hitting now. So I like it. I'm actually a Judge backer. I've never hated him, and for his size, he actually plays really good defense. So he's a great player, a great watch, and I'm all for a Triple Crown watch in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, good info there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, struggling right now. And you said Gil or whatever his name is, last 3 starts have not been good. It's kind of like he kind of needs that all-star break. It's kind of like this kid's hit the wall a little bit there. So real quick, I want to come back to the Nats with Justin because that's his team with some of these guys that could come up. But really quick, I wrote down to Paul Skeens, Rookie of the Year right now. It's looking really good. His numbers are doing really well. Some shows are brought up about could he win the Cy Young? So I'll just ask. Now, with the Pirates, and the whole thing with this is if the Pirates can stay in the wild card, because if they can't, I have to think they're going to shut him down at some point in August or beginning of September. Jones could be the same situation. Matty, again, if somebody gave you money, would you put a ticket on Skeens to win the Cy Young and feel good? Not just not a Bronny James bet here. I mean, do you feel like, hey, I have a chance with this?
I would not. I think it's because it's not because of Skeens himself. It's kind of the backlash from the Pirates lineup. He doesn't get any run support, so he's going to have to do it like Logan Webb. I'm sorry, for the Giants did with like a mediocre win-loss record. Although he hasn't lost, which is amazing. His strikeout numbers, I wrote them down. He's 70 strikeouts to 10 walks. Amazing. 2.06 ERA. And I believe he's kind of on pace for 130 innings. I think they're going to have to basically skip a start here and there for him because they don't want to kill his arm. And if this team drops out of contention, I don't think they probably should. And it's sad because with Keller, Skeens, and Jones, they have 3 really good pieces. The fans here are excited, but sadly that lineup is just going to kill him. So I would not put a bet on Skeens to win Cy Young. I would find better value somewhere else.
And Saturday, watching the game, that was the start in Atlanta. He was really not happy with the mound, and he struggled. He walked a couple guys in that game, but he still only gave up 1 run, and that's 2 straight starts in a row that the first guys hit a home run off of him. So, hey, Paul, figure out that first guy. Maybe you're throwing shutouts here, and and I agree with you. The offense needs to pick it up. All right,
before we do first pitch, just throw one high and tight, run under their chin.
And it does kind of seem like he's trying to just get that. He's trying to just groove a fastball to get ahead, and they're teeing off like they're sitting on it a little bit. But that was the most frustrating. Like you could tell he was not happy. He had him fix the mound. Multiple times in that game, he threw a pitch and he actually walked, and like the catcher was ready to throw the ball back, and he wasn't like ready to get the ball. He was really frustrated. So last question here, I'm going to go to Justin here, being a Nats fan. So you got Woods that came up, had a good showing the other night. He walked again earlier. They're losing 5-1 right now. I mean, as a Nats fan, you know, you got Woods, you got Cruz coming, House is down there too. Mm-hmm. How excited do you think this team can get back? Because that's a tough division, man. Philadelphia ain't going away anytime soon.
Either are the Braves.
The Braves aren't going away.
And Braves have always been good against us.
Yeah. And now the Mets. Hey, you could say whatever. Mets are on fire right now, man. Mets have really, since the Grimace thing, Matty talked about the Hamburglar and everything a couple weeks ago and everything, but man, the Mets are doing good. But how excited are you with like Woods? I mean, do you think good things are coming?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's just nervous. I don't even know if he's got a hit today or last game. I think he was over 3 with a strikeout. But you know, we'll see how he does. Maybe he's just nervous. I think I said in the beginning of the year, I think they should bring up all the young guys. They're not going to do anything this year. They should get rid of the vets. You know, get some more prospects in there, and just let them play. You know, I am excited about the young guys, and I hope that we fill the team out with them. So.
Yeah, I was watching that game the other night when their team run over some of the guys. I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of goes back to that Major League movie, Nails. who are these guys? Or like what that guy say in that movie? It's like, who the blank are these guys? I mean, it's some of them. And again, if you're going to lose, I think it's a great story. They've played well. They were in the wild card, like Justin said earlier. They've lost some games now. They have gone back a little bit. And this is a big stretch for the Pirates. Pirates have the Cardinals. I think they have the Mets. And there's a lot of teams before the All-Star break that those two teams are right there in the wild card. If they really don't do a great job, they could be way back. And it's kind of like, well, I think we're going to hold off on everything and keep some of these players and not go for it. And next year could be a better year. So, all right, that's I got one more, and one more play. I forgot to. I did another player prop, and this was taking my girls to volleyball tonight, volleyball camp. I had Veasan on, and I can't. I apologize. I didn't know who the host was off the top of my brain, but Davis Daniels tonight pitches for the Angels against Oakland. Angels are actually playing pretty well lately. This guy started in one game against Detroit. He went 8 innings, had 8 strikeouts. His K prop tonight is 5.5. So the guy really liked it. I kind of looked at some stuff and I was like, man, minus 115. Why not? There's nothing going on. A little 4th of July tomorrow. Let's have some fun tonight. Late action. Davis Daniel over 5.5 Ks. For the Angels tonight. I'm on it. So 2 player props, and I'm not a big player prop guy. I know a couple people were pumped that I gave out some player props, but again, it was just going off advice of other people, and then you research it and you really like it. So there we go. All right, we're going to do NFL really quick. Then we're going to break down the Nathan's hot dog eating contest and get out of here. So AFC East, we're going to rank these teams. Ken, if you're still around, you've been ranking them with us. We got the Bills, Dolphins, both were 11-6 last year. Jets were 7-10. New England was 4-13. All right. So I would say we're all going to be pretty, but we'll go through the whole motions here and play it out here, Justin. I'll go with you. Number 4, who's your number 4 in the AFC East?
New England.
New England. All right. Give me one quick thing why you think New England's going to be there.
First-time head coach. Young, new quarterback, probably a new system. They're going to struggle, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he then starts right away. I don't think he's going to get the start. Yeah. Who is it? It's who's up there? Is it
the guy that played for Washington last year?
Brissett?
Yeah, Brissett.
Brissett's up there. Brissett's a pretty good quarterback. Yeah, Brissett's probably going to be. They had a guy on today talking about Minnesota Vikings not trying to change it, and he said Minnesota, it will be Sam Darnold all year if he doesn't get hurt. They said, you're not going to see JJ at all. He said there's no way. They're going to sit him all year, let him just kind of see everything, and then try to get with him the following year. So we'll see. Ken says New England. Maddie, I'm New England. Just more or less what Justin said. I just can't see it. I mean, I just think I don't see any weapons. I just don't see defense is okay. First-year coach, I think that was a great point by Justin. I'm not saying the guy's not going to do a great job, but I just don't think they're there yet. I'm going to go New England. Maddie, who do you got, and maybe a quick why?
Yeah, New England, pretty simple. They have no stars. Props to Ramondre Stevenson for getting a nice deal. Mm-hmm. He's probably their best offensive weapon. Their wide receivers, super lackluster. I'm going to go through it. Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas, Polk, the rookie, Juju, Javon Baker. They said the best-looking guy there was Keishon Butte. He's like 7th on the depth chart. And then on defense, Christian Barmore is actually a phenomenal defensive lineman. Way underrated, Pro Bowler. After that, though, Christian Gonzalez, the rookie last year who got hurt, is probably their best player. So they're going to struggle up there in New England. And it's going to take a while. They're probably going to be another top 7 draft pick next year. It's total rebuild up there.
All right, so we're all across the board with Ken in the chat with New England at number 4. All right, I'll go number 3. This was tough. This was hard. I think this AFC is going to be hard. I even started. We're going to do the Steelers division next week, and I was already kind of thinking about that. And I'm not trying to be a homer or anything. And you try to look through, but this was hard because, man, I think these next 3 teams could be there. You got the Jets, and I'm going to go Jets 3. And I really wanted the Jets to be higher. And I might actually throw a little pizza money on the Jets to win this division. But I'm going to go Jets 3. And the reasoning is Rodgers played, like 3 plays last year, and then he was out. They do have some weapons. They have a good defense. I love their running back. I'm not sold on the head coach. I'm not high on him. I just don't know if he's there, the offensive coordinator. So my number 3, and this was tough. I wanted them higher, and I was going to try to be a little different, but I'm going to go the Jets. And Ken just put in the chat, he has Miami. All right, Ken, I like it. Maddie, I'll go to you, and then we'll finish with Justin here. Who do you have number 3 in the AFC East?
I'm actually with my cousin on this. I have Miami at 3.
Okay.
Way too many losses as a team this year. So much at free agency. They lost their best defender, Christian Wilkins. Their O-line, not too good. Now, Tua's still going to sling it. And his receivers, Hill, Waddle, and then they have a chain, Mostert, and they brought in Jonnu Smith. So just something to kind of put in the back of your mind. I'm going to be looking at Miami overs this year because that defense, no good. Jalen Ramsey's still there. But, okay, he's going to single coverage one guy and then just put somebody over. If he doesn't shadow somebody, just put some bum over there on his side that he has to cover and pick apart the other side with the main weapons. I'm not a big Mike McDaniel fan. I like him. I don't think he reminds me of the kid whose dad owns the business and he's running it. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like he has it all there. He's fun. He smokes vapes on the sidelines and sneaks that in, and he's a little too aloof for me. He knows his stuff, though. I think he's kind of the guy who should be an offensive coordinator, not a head coach. So I'm gonna take the Dolphins 3rd.
All right, I'm going to jump in before Justin goes here. Ken in the chat just said Tua is one good shot away from retirement, and that's why I wanted to go the Jets, and that could happen. And I agree with Matt. They brought in, did Beckham sign there, right?
Yeah, he went to Miami.
Yeah, he went to Miami too. So there's, okay. And, again, he's kind of on his last leg and everything, but that's another weapon and I agree because Tua beefed up. And then now I think, I haven't seen him, but I've listened to some shows and they said that now he's kind of skinny again. Like he did all those classes like the karate or whatever it is to take like the hits and how to roll and not have people like lay on them and everything like that. So I agree, Ken. That's the one thing I should have went the Jets. I was playing it. They do have a lot of weapons. Score. I worry about them later in the season. I didn't really break down their schedule to see if they go to some places up north here when it gets cold. That's the thing with Miami. All right, Justin, you're number 3.
Yeah, the next 3 are tough. It all depends if Aaron Rodgers plays a full year, how he's going to respond. I would normally put the Jets there if Miami's got a lot of speed. I think they're a good team, but, he's right that their defense is terrible, their offensive line. They did lose a lot of players, and I think this next year they're going to lose even more. I think they have a lot of people on 1-year contracts. So I'm going to go with Miami there.
Okay.
But again, it all depends if Aaron Rodgers is healthy.
Yeah, I have a bet with Old Man in the Garage. If I said Rodgers is going to play all year, I said he's not going to get hurt. He said he's going to be out quick. I said, now you can't. I don't lose the bet if he is a healthy scratch and they're making the playoffs and they pull, but we'll see. All right, number 2. Ken, get in the chat. I think I know where. No, I don't know. I mean, these teams are tight. So, all right, Justin, I'll start with you. Number 2.
I'll go the Jets, number 2.
Man, I should have done that. I was overthinking this, I think, today a little bit. I should have went Jets. All right.
Even though Buffalo took some hits this year, too, I still think they're an all-around good team.
Okay. Maddie, I'll jump in here, and then you can. I went Miami. And again, I just went with weapons. I think they're going to score a lot. I think it's going to be close. Both quarterbacks, you can look at Rodgers and Tua and be a little nervous with the situation there, but should have went with the Jets. And I'll probably do a bet on the Jets winning this division because I think the Jets can win this division, but I went Miami number 2. All right, Maddie, who do you got?
I have Buffalo.
Ooh.
Yeah, shocker. We're somebody's on Team Mean Green this year. I just think Allen doesn't have now. Diggs dropped off, but he was still a number one. He commanded a number one. He may have not produced like a number one last year, but now they don't have a number one. It's Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, a rookie. That's a lot to expect up in cold weather too. Allen, what if Allen gets hurt? Then it's MVP Mitch Trubisky.
Oh,
So I'm gonna say one thing though. If you are a fantasy football player, their number one has to be Dalton Kincaid, the tight end. So I think they're gonna become like Kansas City, who hasn't had a number one in the past 2 years. So go get Kincaid in fantasy football. I think he's probably gonna catch 100 balls, 1,100, 1,200 yards, double digit touchdowns. I like him. He's a player prop I'm going to look at. And the other concern for them is they lost. They had a great starting defensive backfield with the safeties. It was Poyer and one other guy who eludes me. They're all gone. It's a whole brand new. Tre'Davious White is gone. It's now Christian Benford, Rasul Douglas, Taylor Rapp, Mike Edwards. So they're starting over. And I don't know. This is a make or break year for McDermott, too. If they don't do anything, even I think if they get to the playoffs and they lose, I think he's gone. So big year in Buffalo. I don't like it. I think they take a step back.
okay.
You think they get rid of Allen if they blow it up with the
No.
coach?
No, I think that town would they revolt.
Yeah.
They might burn the new stadium down.
Yeah. Good breakdown there, Matty. That was good. Okay, so my number one, I'm going to go Bills. And this was tough. Like I said, it was hard to do. I wrote down in my notes, I have Kincaid, Knox. They're going to do the double tight end set. Coleman, the wide receiver from Florida State. They try to replace Diggs a little bit. They have a good offensive line. I wrote down about the defense, like Matty just, really said it very well there. Yeah, the home field's tough. The environment's tough. I think this is going to be really a great division. I think this one's close because, they always say with the AFC North, like Pittsburgh, like all that is great. I think this one's going to be really good, except New England, I think is going to be way back. But the other three teams, I think there's a great argument that any of these other three teams could win this division. So I'm going to go Buffalo. Justin, I'll go to you. Who do you got number one?
I have Buffalo. That's what I was saying before. They took a lot of hits. A lot of players left. But I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback than the rest of them in the division. So,
and that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened? Who's won the Super Bowl the last couple of years? I know you need defense and everything, but it's Kansas City because they have the best quarterback.
Come playoff time, he's not very good, but regular season he's good.
Yeah, he lit up the Steelers pretty good. Yeah. So, Matty, who do you got, man?
This is another make or break. So it's Salah's ass on the line here. And they said at the combine and preseason, he wanted to draft defense again because he's a defensive guy. And they're like, no way. Look what happened. Our quarterback got killed right out of the gate. So they went and they got a big lineman, Ole Fashanu from Penn State. They brought in Tyron Smith from Buffalo or from Dallas. So they beefed up the O-line with Elijah Vera-Tucker and Morgan Moses. They should be better. I think they have the best running back in the division in Breece Hall. They probably have the second best receiver in Garrett Wilson behind Tyreek Hill. The only thing they don't have is a tight end, but their defense is, I think, probably the best in the division. Jermaine Johnson, Hassan Reddick rushing the passer, but I like the two guys in the middle. I love Quinnen Williams, especially on Hard Knocks, and they brought in Javon Kinlaw from the Niners as a free agent. So their middle should be stout. CJ Mosley cleans it up, and they have the two best corners in the league. Or in the division, definitely with Sauce and the other guy. I think it's theirs to actually lose. And heck, Rodgers is out there getting high on ayahuasca again. He'll be ready.
Yeah. Ken also has.
He didn't even show up at like the mini camps. He's out getting high on ayahuasca. What a life.
Yeah, he does whatever he wants. I think he'll be ready to go. I think he's going to have a good year personally. I think they have some weapons there. So, I said, I'll probably do a little bet on them when I like doing different. Like not the favorites, throw a little bit of pizza money or a little bit of money. Myself and Old Man in the Garage, we're going to do a little combined on the Steelers winning the division. I know it might not happen, but it's a good payout. The Jets is another one I want to look at. we'll get into some of the other ones I've read and listened to some people that like some of these other teams. Ken's also on the Jets. Michael, thank you, man, for the nice, kind words. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Ken also says Buffalo has the best QB in the division. Yeah, Justin said that. I agree. I think Justin said it. I think by far Allen is. Allen at times accuracy can be a little iffy and run. That's the thing. In the regular season, they weren't running him, but man, in the playoff time, they run him.
Yeah.
Because, that's a big thing for them. So get after it. So, all right, one more thing, man. Tomorrow, July 4th, hot dog eating contest, Nathan's. I'm pumped. I'm so pumped for this, man. When you're researching this, there's some good content on Bet Us. Some guys did this. Today on VSiN, they were talking about this. So, again, you don't have Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut's won 16 out of the last 17. He won 8 in a row. He broke a record, I think, in 2021. He ate like 76 hot dogs, something like that. I mean, it's insane. The women's competition is Mickey Sudo has won 9 straight years. Now, she missed 1 year having a kid, and she's major, major favorites. Some boards I saw over 42 and a half dogs. And this is what I've learned, guys. A lot of these like people that really break this down, it's conditions. How warm is it going to be? The humidity, is it going to be high? The warmer it is, they said these people struggle with eating and everything like that. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. My book, and I'm gonna say this, and I have a little conspiracy thing when I get to the guys here. So Mickey Sudo, I think, is going to win. Her husband, Nick, I think it's Wayrie, is in this also. He's like the third best odds for this. Man, don't you think, just going to throw this out, have a safe fourth, nobody below their hand off? Absolutely can. Please be careful out there if you're going to do anything like that. Wouldn't you think with the Nathans losing Joey Chestnut, and Paulie said this today on VSiN, but I thought of this also. Wouldn't you really want the husband-wife team to win this? What great publicity would this be?
Yeah.
Paulie said it'd be a good week and a half of some conversation. So real quick, and I don't know if the guys I dove in this. I said I'd take one for the team, and I'm going to throw some bets down on this because just why not? It's July 4th. Jeffrey Esper is the favorite. On some sites, over 48 and a half hot dogs is his. He did hit 51 a few years back, but he's usually a little short of that. Now, second favorite guy is James Webb. He's at 48 and a half on some sites too. James Webb's pretty interesting guy here. He has 6 world records since March, eating records. So he's on a heater. Then you got Nick with the husband-wife combo. And then this guy's interesting. Gideon OG, I think it's OG, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He's a 7-foot basketball player, played at Clayton State. His over-under on a site was 38 and a half. And a lot of people listening to some of these shows and some of these people talk about, they said take the under. So if you can get the on Gideon OG under 38 and a half, that's a good play. Combo of the women's and the guys' favorite to win was over 91 and a half hot dogs. So, Maddie, I'm going to come to you. Are you excited for this? Do you have an opinion? Are you going to jump in on some bets on this? Are you ready to go to watch some people eat some hot dogs tomorrow?
I'm not that excited about it. I usually am, but the big names aren't there. So now we got to kind of reset and be like, all right, who are these guys? And nobody knows these guys. I'm actually looking at it now. You brought up Webb and Weary, the husband of the Nikki Sudo, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Mickey Sudo. Yep.
Yeah. So Webb and Weary, who are second and third on the betting board, their personal best for hot dogs are 47 and 45. That ain't cutting it. Give me the leader, Esper, out of the gate. 51 is his all-time high. 49. I'll stick to him. He's 49. He wins. So I like the old days when it was nobody we knew. There was a guy named Booger Badlands, some big dude, just giant dude. He
I
wasn't
think
even
I know
that.
who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bring some of those characters back.
Yeah, it's tough, and I haven't made a bet yet. Man, I just, like I said, the publicity with the husband, because Pseudo's going to win. She wins again. Every year she's in, she wins. She's going to win. She was on, they called her, and she got on Follow the Money today, and, it sounds like she's pretty pumped about it, and those guys were going crazy with questions. It was a fantastic little segment there. The guys, it's going to be, and you can say, you could never bet this because you knew Chestnut was going to win. It was just how many he was going to eat. So this year it is open. So again, if you like the little conspiracy thing I just threw out there with the husband-wife, there you go. I think he's third on the odd board there. Webb's on a heater with the 6 records. They said on a show that he broke 2 world records eating back-to-back days. I mean, that's remarkable. He broke one day, didn't recover at all, went to something else, and he has chicken wings. And I mean, they listen to these guys talk. They said somebody has a record in strawberry shortcake, like eating and stuff. I mean, it's amazing. So, yeah, Esper. I think Esper's a firefighter up in the Boston area. I don't know yet. I have not done it. I'd like to do some over-unders with some stuff. You can do on my book. You have one with the husband, like 5.5 more dogs than the wife and everything like that. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna throw a little bit of pizza money in a couple, 2, 3. I'll probably post it just for fun. But all right, so right now, if I had to, I'm gonna go the conspiracy thing. I'm going the husband. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. Maddie, you're gonna go Esper. You going favorite? You going Esper, Webb, or who are you going with, Justin?
I'm going to go with the conspiracy as well.
Oh, I like it, man. I sold somebody on the conspiracy thing. I love it, man. That's awesome.
I mean, I think she was going to win. I was just looking at it. I think she's won 9 out of the last 10 years.
9. In the year she missed, she was having a kid, so she just didn't do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Hey, one more time, sign up expert.com, Wild Style Network. Again, that stamp, it's a great deal. Check that out. Get on our site. Look that over. Also, again, man, if you had one of these shirts, you'd be looking great on 4th of July. I know I'm going to be. So check that out, Wild Style Network, Notebook Wagering Shop. Get on there, buy a shirt, help us out, support us. If you buy a shirt, you're supporting the show. You keep us around. Jeff, our boss, isn't going to fire us. That's fantastic. Jeff, don't fire me, please.
Not yet. You're still good for at least another week.
Another week, man. I got one more. We got one more show, man. Buy the shirt. Keep me around, man. Keep us around. Isn't this a great hour? You hear our crazy opinions on stuff? Buy the shirt. Get on there. Buy the shirt. Keep us around. John,
what's a 6 handicap in golf? Is that good? Bad for?
It's amazing.
For Joe Biden, it's fantastic. For Joe Biden, I mean, I know I don't have that. He'd be whipping me on a course.
6 handicap's amazing. I wish I was a 6 handicap.
But even more impressive, winning 2 club championships, not in the senior division.
Yeah. Trump has a good stroke, man. Not trying to plug anything political.
I saw somebody post something yesterday. 6 handicap ? And it's Biden out on the course, taking a swing, duffing some dirt up.
I saw
and then he swings.
I saw one, Jeff. He hit one backwards off a rock.
Yeah, I saw that's the one I saw too. Yeah, it went backwards.
Yeah, this is an oldie but a goodie. I was just showing John. I saw it a little while ago, but it was Trump teeing off, and then they cut to Biden walking across the stage, and the golf ball hits him in the back of the head, that's when he tripped.
Funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They have those going up the steps and everything too, going in the plane and everything. They're fantastic. So now
elder abuse. I'm sorry.
Elder abuse. Hey everybody, thank you so much. The nice kind words, the chat. We really, we love the chat. It's fantastic when you guys are in the chat. It really makes the show. I know it helped me last week when Maddie, had to drop and everything like that. It was awesome. So. Justin, I hope you have a great 4th. Maddie, I hope you have a great 4th. Everybody in the chat, happy 4th of July. Eat some hot dogs. Have a safe time. Watch those fireworks and enjoy it. Maddie, what do we always say?
Hey, everybody, stay safe. Enjoy some fireworks, a little bit of downtime, and our freedom, man. That's what it's all about. And like we always say, bang your bookies. Attaboy.
Now back to putting money in your pocket with a
Thanks for listening to the Notebook Wagering Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and be sure to follow @Notebook Wagering. Until next time.